sir. My name is Krystelle Rama, and in behalf of our group, I am tasked to report the data we derived from our survey towards the use of ICT in the teaching and learning for teachers. We gathered our data through the help of our groupmate's aunt, Ms. Rufima Capulba, a college instructor at Salay Community College, Misamis Oriental. She helped us disseminate the survey questionnaire to her fellow instructors who teach us Filipino subjects. In the data given, we can see that in question number 1, do you use technology in your teaching? 100% said yes and 0% said no. Number 2, are you aware of policies that guide you in the use of ICT? 100% also said yes and 0% said no. Number 3, do you see non-digital learning resources in your teaching? 100% said yes and 0% said no. Number 4, do you develop digital resources for your learners? 33% said yes and 67% said no. Number 5, do you use technology tools for classroom activities? 100% said yes and 0% said no. Number 6, are you expert in the use of technology tools for learning? 33% said yes and 67% said no. Number 7, do you have facilities to use technology tools in your class? 100% said yes and 0% said no. Number 8, are you aware of the ethical and legal responsibilities in the use of ICT tools? 80% said yes and 20% said no. Number 9, are your students learning better with the use of technology tools? 53% said yes and 47% said no. And number 10, do you enjoy using ICT tools in your teaching? 60% said yes and 40% said no. As we look at the results, we can clearly see that technology is indeed a great help for teachers. It makes their work much easier. Example, when making their instructional materials and recording their students' grades. And most teachers in today's generation is already using technology when teaching because of the fact that it is very accessible. Information can easily be searched and saved in other gadgets. So based on the results we gathered, we recommend that as technology is being very useful and mostly are being very dependent in it because they have seen the students are able to learn effectively with the use of technology, using it must still have an limitation. The teachers must not totally depend in it, especially when there are instances wherein technologies will not be accessible. For example, there will be a power interruption or the files will be corrupted. That is why teachers should still have their records on hard copies and they should still prepare IMs that does not need power or with no use of technology. And that would be all for our report, sir. Thank you.